The president of the United States, convicted felon Donald Trump, polls very well with the poorly educated. And so, in keeping up that power base, he is now wanting to dismantle the Department of Education. He's unable to do this without 60 votes in the Senate. So, we wish him the best of luck. But just to lay out how stupid these people are, let's pull up this tweet from Elon Musk. Department of Education. And for our listeners, it is Trump at a gravesite, throwing up a peace sign, and they can't spell department correctly. Of course, Elon Musk immediately has to put that up there.
Well, of course he does. And you know what amazes me? With all the hate comments we get from MAGA, the misspellings, the poor grammar. So it is no shock to me that Trump sends out White House memos and posts on social media, misspellings. It is no wonder to me that they don't like education because they have never availed themselves to learn anything.
Facts and critical thinking are the enemy of this MAGA movement.
Agreed.
Facts and critical thinking are the opposition to every single thing that they want to do. They have to keep popping out propaganda. They have to have dipshits that are on board to pop out their propaganda. And nobody is more of a loyal, dumbass dipshit than the Speaker of the House, one Moses Mike, who is talking about the dismantling of the Department of Education and the state of Louisiana that he represents. They can't even spell Louisiana properly. They spell it Louisiana. Louise Nana. Louise Nana. And here's the problem that I have with Moses Mike. Okay. If you want to be a grifter in a mega church and do a bunch of anti-gay crazy shit, I don't like it, but that's your deal. That's your life. This guy is the Speaker of the House. He is a lunatic. And nobody really talks about this that much because there's so many other crazy people. But you and I could sit down and talk about this for hours. This man monitors his son's porn. The son monitors his porn. He put a ring on his daughter's finger and took her to a ball where it looked like they were getting married because he wants to own her virginity until he marries her off. His wife is a total trad wife nut job who has spent her entire adult life in these pray the gay away abuse camps, torture camps. Louisiana is a very poor state, poorly educated, crazy religious nut jobs. And this guy who thinks he's so close with Jesus sucks up to Donald Trump at a rate that is so disgusting and further confirms my atheism every single time I see it. I mean, there's multiple reasons why I'm not religious, but when I see that, how gross MAGA Jesus is and how gross MAGA Jesus Republicans are and how they feast on cruelty and how they're racist and homophobic and worship money and worship Donald Trump, I'm like, thank God I'm an atheist. Irony intended.
Absolutely. And the thing is with Mike Johnson, I often think when I hear him lie nonstop, the cruelness, I think, do you pray to your God with that lying mouth?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he believes it. He thinks he's Moses.
They think Trump is like some sort of prophet. They think God has put him in motion. We have a sect of the American public that is divorced from all reality, that believes in magical thinking. I will never get over the video that I saw where Mike Johnson is speaking on camera. Yeah, God told me, you're Moses. I thought, God, I'm Moses. And I'm like, how is this person elected to anything? This is insane. I mean, this is beyond the pale of insanity. But when it comes to religion, people give deference to it and they excuse it. And it's like, especially if they're Christian. Now, if it's some sort of like Scientologist or something, minority religion, they'll attack the insanity of it. But if it's under the umbrella of Christianity, they give this deference to it. But you know what? I don't. I think it's fucking bananas. I think he's fucking bananas. I think anybody that sees that and thinks, yeah, we need for him to be in charge of stuff is fucking bananas.
Well, and it's the what would Jesus do crowd that is the cruelest. They hate poor people. They hate people that aren't like them. They hate women, gay people, black and brown people. It's patriarchy on steroids with these people.
And they worship money.
They worship
and they're
money.
mega church pastors and the prosperity gospel. It is that whole setup primed them and set up the psychological soil for them to have Trump as the president, who's the biggest grifter, flea market operator with all the tchotchkes and riffraffs and knickknacks. It's just white trash, magical thinking, dumb people, bullshit. And until we start dealing with this horrific cancer that is white evangelical Christianity in this country, we're going to continue to have these problems because they play a very long game and they want to indoctrinate kids at a very young age. And they're not playing it in this lifetime. They're playing it generationally.
Oh, absolutely.
It's terrifying. All right, next up, we have these same MAGA people, these same MAGA Jesus people. Now they want to control haircuts. Arkansas Republican bill would ban giving gender non-conforming haircuts to minors. HB 1668 would hold liable any person who knowingly causes a minor's social transition, including change to clothing or hairstyle. These are the people who believe in, quote, freedom, that say that the terrorists hate us because they hate our freedom. These people are the Christian Taliban. This is insane. These are the people that want to do genital checks, which is creepy and weird. These are the people that think that kids go to school, get their wieners whacked off, and come home and the parents are like, oh my God, Billy's wiener's gone. There's not one case that this has ever happened. Trans people are people. They just want human rights. The Democratic Party wants human rights for everybody, but not MAGA. They want to control your genitals. They want to control women's doctor's appointments. Now they want to control haircuts. They want to make sure they take away all of the money from the working class. They want to make sure waitresses and policemen and any working class person pays a higher percentage of a tax rate than Elon Musk. And it just came out that he pays $0 in taxes. And guess who else is a tax cheat? Donald Trump.
Right. Birds of a feather. I look at all of these rules and the freedom. We're so free. And I think if you ask these leaders, look at Sharia law, tell me the difference. Look at Nazism. Tell me the difference. Like, what is your ideological difference? You're banning books. You're making people's life choices illegal. You want to control people's hair and clothes. Tell me the difference.
The problem with these people is they have no plan other than to destroy and control.
That's right.
That's it. I mean, that's the thesis sentence of what they want to do. They want to destroy democracy and control the electorate. Next up, we have, this is just crazy that I'm even saying this out loud, the FBI director, Kash Patel, who's a total nut job. He sends out the Fight with Cash Foundation letter. Friend, the deep state is in full panic mode. Newsflash, the deep state is now MAGA. Right. They're in the government. They spent the last 4 years under Biden stacking the government with DEI radicals, weaponizing our institutions and pushing their woke agenda on every American. Biden's DOJ targeted conservatives, censored free speech, and let real criminals walk free. It's just unbelievable. MAGA, at the top of the party is a convicted felon. He just pardoned all these cop beaters. He just let these sexual predators come into the country. He just had a rapist in the White House, that Conor McGregor. These people are completely diabolical, the worst of the worst, and they do it all in the name of Christianity, all in the name of freedom, and they are the exact opposite. Put up the comment that came along with this. Gary Kasparov says, incredible, Trump shilling stock, Teslas, tchotchkes, and crypto. And here's his FBI director scamming for money too. Cash for cash. Trump's entire admin seems to be rich people who want power or grifters who want to use their power to get rich. This is the biggest, trashiest con man administration and the how brazen they are. The fact that they're not even trying to hide it is disgusting. The fact that his approval rating is in the 40% mark is a real testament to the cancer that exists in American culture.
I completely agree. And Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, I read an article that they were fighting, like a very heated conversation. I'm like, who are they fighting? What are they fighting over? Who can kiss Trump's ass more? Who can grift off people more? Who can break the law in their offices? I mean, I'm like, impeach this motherfucker today.
I agree. We need to be talking about impeachment all the time. Next up, we have another MAGA influencer who is a sexual predator, MAGA influencer and Fox News guest indicted on child sex abuse charges. So, again, every accusation is a confession. It seems like time and time again, Trump's former faith advisor has been indicted for raping a 12-year-old girl in Oklahoma. And then this guy, and then we have the Tate brothers. It seems like being a sexual predator is a prerequisite and a requirement to be in the MAGA Jesus Freedom Party. And then lastly, the Musks are trying to tell everybody that they are not racist because they had black servants. Elon Musk's dad wrote to the Washington Post and said that his son can't be racist due to his past relationships with black servants who worked for the family in apartheid South Africa. I mean, this is just, I don't even know what to say.
The lack of self-awareness, the fact that it didn't occur to him, maybe I should sit this one out. The fact that it was so normal for him to say, oh, well, he was nice to the black servants.
And that just tells you about how
Right.
the apartheid system, and they think if they treat their black servants, okay, and America had a very similar system.
Right.
And still a lot of white people still do believe that way. Like, oh no, the guy that, washes my car is black and we're real friendly with each other. And they think that precludes them from being racist. And this administration, you guys, is horrific. And we need to keep the heat on them. We need to keep applying pressure and exposing this corruption. Pumps and I are trying to get to 1 million. Share, engage, like, subscribe, and we'll see you all later.